I showed up in y'all town knowing the dangers. I showed up in your hood knowing the dangers. But I can't wait. In the morning, I will release the details of the shooter, the name of the nigga who was Jay Prince's right-hand man that came and talked to me. It's some niggas in Fifth Ward who don't like James Prince that came and gave up all the information on you, James. I've already sent it over to the FBI, James.
Charleston is Charleston.
You ain't talking about me.
Yeah, I showed up by myself in your hood.
Ooh.
I've only said things to hurt people's feelings. I haven't done nothing against these niggas. Think about this. I haven't done anything against these niggas. I just said fuck mob ties. And what is mob ties? And they want to hurt me for that. To the point where they shot a gun at me. So I want to reiterate. Fuck mob ties. They ain't never did nothing but hurt black people.
Charleston White might have finally gotten the exact reaction he was chasing. Jay Prince Sr. stepped out on Instagram and addressed the situation directly. Right after Charleston dropped footage he says contradicts Jay Prince's account of Charleston and a friend allegedly shooting from a moving vehicle. The post spread fast. In it, Jay Prince leans on an extended pest metaphor, comparing certain people to maggots, roaches, rats, and flies, who spend their lives trying to eat off his plate, warning that the universe eventually deals with people like that, and closing with a sarcastic line, congratulating anyone still campaigning against him on eventually getting exactly what's coming to them. It's biblical in tone.
You ain't a threat to nothing. Surely not me. Why? I'm stronger than you.
Almost sermon-like, and clearly written by someone who's used language like this before to handle beef, without ever raising his voice. That's part of why it traveled so fast. It doesn't read like a random comment. It reads like a message with intent behind it. Charleston's name never appears in that post, but the timing did the talking for a lot of people, and many viewers read it as a direct shot at him. Jay Prince hasn't confirmed who he meant, so that stays in the interpretation column for now. What's clear is that Charleston could be sitting in some real heat. He's claimed people close to him may have flipped after he went into Houston's Fifth Ward and publicly disrespected the Prince family. He's pointed to money, pressure, and street politics as possible reasons. None of it verified. Then things got messier. Charleston revealed his home had been broken into while he was away, and he openly questioned whether someone who knew his schedule was involved. He named a man he identified as Santana 305, someone he says he'd known for about 6 years. Santana's social media reportedly shows older photos and posts with Charleston. These two weren't strangers. By Charleston's account, they spent private time together, showed up at the same events, treated each other like brothers. In his own post about it, Charleston described daily contact with Santana that, in his words, stopped right around the time of the break-in. He also pointed out that Santana knew his schedule and separately claimed that a maintenance man tied to Santana's side never followed through on obligations he says were promised. It's a strange detail to throw in the middle of an accusation, and it's one of the reasons some viewers think there's more to this relationship, financial or otherwise, than a simple friendship. Santana was reportedly at Charleston's comedy show just hours before this all blew up. Now, Charleston is upset about the break-in, and by his account, Santana is upset about that reaction. That tension is what kicked this off. Charleston believes someone close to him may have tipped off whoever got inside his house. But suspicion isn't proof. He hasn't shown hard evidence linking Santana to the break-in, and Santana's side hasn't been heard yet. Still, the timeline is hard to ignore. His home was entered while he was away, and Santana knew his schedule. Being at that show hours earlier doesn't confirm anything, but it's easy to see why Charleston is suspicious. Santana's Instagram history adds to it. About 7 weeks before this drama surfaced, he reportedly posted content involving Charleston. And there's an older post too, from roughly 109 weeks before that, showing the two of them hanging out at what Santana described as Charleston's place, referring to him warmly as a brother. That's not a casual acquaintance. By those posts, Santana had been close to Charleston's personal circle for a long time. That's exactly why the accusation hit as hard as it did.
I got a secret recording that I'm sending to the FBI. I got names of the shooter. Not only that, I done sent it to Say TV. I done sent it to DJ Academics. I done sent it to Aiden Ross. Jay Prince is busted, nigga.
Some viewers think Jay Prince Jr. or others connected to the Prince family may have reached people close to Charleston. There's zero confirmed evidence backing that up. Charleston addressed it himself. He says he walked into 5th Ward alone, went to Jay Prince's restaurant, spent 3 hours at Jay Prince's club, The Nickel, where Jay Prince's face is painted on the building, and nobody came at him. No threats, no confrontation. He got out fine. The theory floating around is built on timing. Charleston disrespected Jay Prince, the Prince family responded, and shortly after, Charleston's home got broken into. He also started questioning a close friend who allegedly knew his daily schedule. Suspicious sequence, sure, but suspicion isn't proof, and none of it points to anyone actually organizing a crime. Charleston also says he was pressured to go online, admit he was trolling, and apologize. He's made clear that's not happening. His whole thing, he says, is doing exactly what people tell him not to do. As of now, there's no verified evidence connecting Jay Prince Sr., Jay Prince Jr., Santana, mob ties, or Rap-A-Lot to the break-in. Period. There's another wrinkle confusing people. Charleston said he bought the home, but he also brought up a maintenance man and renter's insurance in the same conversation. Critics jumped on that fast, pointing out a homeowner typically doesn't talk about renter's insurance or a landlord's maintenance duties the way a tenant would. His story gets murky here. It could be a lease-to-own deal, a private contract, an HOA obligation, none of which tends to go public. When details don't add up cleanly, people start asking questions. Some think he's hiding something, others think he's just a stressed guy fumbling his words after a break-in. Until documents surface, nobody outside the situation can say for sure.
Shot at me. You, Jay Prince, you can suck my ass. You and your sons can suck my.
The bigger debate is about what Jay Prince's post actually meant. Rats, roaches, flies, contamination, people trying to eat off his plate. That's not random language. It reads as cold and deliberate, like someone who's been through betrayal before and knows how it ends for the other side. Some read it as a street-level warning that Charleston crossed a line. Others see Jay Prince simply refusing to go back and forth with someone he doesn't consider on his level. Since it never named anyone, it's vague enough to mean multiple things, and that ambiguity is exactly what made it spread. Charleston has mentioned reaching out to federal authorities. The Prince camp hasn't shown any visible concern about that. To a lot of people watching, that alone says something. Still, there's no verified proof anyone connected to Jay Prince threatened Charleston, staged a break-in, or went after people close to him. Right now, this whole thing is running on public posts, old photos, Charleston's suspicions, and messages people are trying to decode from the outside. The timing looks messy, sure, but the biggest claims are still unproven. The internet didn't wait around to form an opinion anyway. The moment Charleston put his concerns out there and Jay Prince's message started circulating, social media split into two camps fast. One side thinks the timing is too close to be coincidence. The other says people are connecting dots that aren't there. Fans have seen this pattern before. Two things happen back to back, and suddenly everyone's building a conspiracy. Close timing doesn't automatically mean connection, but that didn't stop thousands of people from digging through old posts and live streams looking for proof. Charleston has built his reputation on saying things that make powerful people uncomfortable, so a lot of viewers figured some kind of reaction was coming eventually. On the other side, Jay Prince's supporters read that Instagram post as wisdom rather than a warning. The idea being that real power means ignoring people who just want your attention, speaking to a mentality rather than making a direct move at anyone specific. Some fans think people are reading way too much into this since Charleston was never actually named. But the debate keeps growing anyway, because both men have massive followings tracking their every move.
We not afraid of Jay Prince up here in Dallas. Homie, he ain't had no influence up here. His sons, none of that shit. My right there, nigga, they come through and try to do something. We some big dogs up here. Nah, homie, them niggas only big down now. Mob ties don't exist up here.
Charleston has backed all of this up across a handful of live streams, and the tone in those clips tells you as much as the content does. In one, he pushes back hard on the claim that he brought backup into Fifth Ward, insisting he rolled through alone in his own car and was only in town for a friend's birthday. He also claims he's sitting on a recording and names for the shooter involved in the original incident, says he's already forwarded that material to the FBI, and adds that he shared it with a handful of well-known commentators to make sure it's out there publicly. In another clip, he doubles down on the idea that he's untouchable, rattling off cities he said controversial things in without consequence, and brushing off any suggestion of violence against him as, at worst, a minor legal matter rather than anything serious. In a third, he walks through the moment he pulled up to Jay Prince's own club, claiming he genuinely didn't know he owned the place until he was already there, and framing his 3 or 4 hours inside as proof he walked into a hostile situation and came out fine. He also claims he got a name, someone from inside Jay Prince's circle who allegedly approached him with information, and says that's already been passed along to federal authorities too. Strip away the bravado, and the pattern is consistent. Charleston positions himself as fearless and untouchable, repeatedly invokes the FBI as if it's already involved, and never actually produces the recording, the names, or any documentation on camera. That doesn't mean he's lying, but it does mean everything here is still just his word, delivered in the same confident, unshaken tone he uses for basically everything he says publicly. Every new post, interview, and live stream keeps dropping fresh claims for people to analyze, which is exactly what's keeping this story alive. On top of that, old photos and videos have started resurfacing fast. Clips and past appearances people are using to piece together their own version of the timeline. Some think it backs up Charleston's concerns, others say it proves nothing on its own. Right now, there are way more questions than answers. No official evidence links the online feud to the reported break-in, and most of the loudest claims are still just theories. Separating real facts from internet noise is the biggest challenge here. One thing is clear: the attention keeps growing. Every new statement triggers another wave of reactions, and the conversation isn't cooling down anytime soon. If either side drops something new, the whole story shifts fast.
I don't think y'all pose a threat to me. I think I pose more of a threat to you guys with just my mouth. And I ain't even got to call the police on y'all.
Charleston has never been the type to stay quiet when he feels targeted. Historically, when someone takes shots at him, he hits back publicly instead of stepping away. That's why so many viewers are waiting to see if he responds directly to Jay Prince's latest message, or just moves on. Jay Prince operates differently. He's known for choosing his words carefully and letting a single statement do the heavy lifting. And his supporters say that works in his favor. People spend days breaking down one comment without him needing to say anything else. The hardest part for viewers is knowing what's real. New claims pop up every hour across platforms, some repeating unverified rumors as fact, others adding details that have never been confirmed. That's why it matters to wait for solid information before treating anything as the full story. Both men also carry serious public weight, which adds fuel here. Charleston known for bold, viral statements, Jay Prince widely respected as someone whose name holds real influence in the music industry. When two figures like that end up in the same headline, public interest explodes. For now, the questions are still unanswered. Will Charleston release more evidence? Will Jay Prince make another public statement? Nobody's confirmed anything yet, and that matters. The biggest accusations still floating around online haven't been backed up with actual proof. A separate conversation has also picked up steam around this. Not about who's right, but about how fast these stories blow up before anyone actually knows what happened. One live stream becomes dozens of reaction videos, and suddenly every viewer has their own version of the story. Some creators think this shows just how much weight social media carries now. A single post, a few screenshots, or a short clip can flip an entire public conversation in hours, with thousands of people building timelines and connecting dots that may not even be connected. Charleston supporters point out he has every right to talk openly about feeling betrayed by people he trusted. When someone believes they've been crossed, emotions run hot. But voicing suspicion in public is a different thing from actually proving someone did something wrong, and that line matters. This story also keeps moving because both sides have loyal fans who break down every word the moment it drops. The problem is rumors spread in minutes while real facts take time. And that gap is exactly why so many are urging others not to treat speculation like confirmed news. The spotlight isn't going anywhere. Whether the next move comes from Charleston, Jay Prince, or someone else tied to this, it's almost certain to set off another round of reactions online. This story has grown well past a simple online argument. What started as public comments has turned into one of the most discussed topics across social media, with creators, fans, and commentators all throwing in takes on what's really going on. A lot of people think the biggest takeaway is how fast trust becomes a talking point when friendships are on the line. Charleston's comments about someone close to him have sent viewers digging through old photos and posts trying to pinpoint exactly when things shifted. But old pictures don't confirm what happened later, and they definitely don't prove anyone's involvement in a crime. Jay Prince's message is still generating just as much debate. Some read it as a composed response meant to stay above the noise. Others feel it carried a much deeper meaning. Since the post never named anyone directly, people keep reading it through completely different lenses. This situation also shows how quickly public opinion can flip. One video or statement can reverse where the crowd stands, which is exactly why so many people are holding out for real information instead of running with internet theories. Every new update seems to raise more questions than it answers. If Charleston speaks again, people will want to know whether he's bringing actual facts or just reacting to what's circulating online. If Jay Prince responds, every word will get picked apart just as hard as before. Right now, the biggest claims are still just that, claims. No public evidence has connected the online feud to the reported break-in, and no official findings have tied anyone mentioned to criminal activity. Until something verified surfaces, these allegations need to be treated as unproven. The conversation is far from over, and as long as new posts and reactions keep coming, this story isn't going anywhere. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one. And if you're here for the celebrity drama, hip-hop news, and everything trending, subscribe now and hit that notification bell so nothing slips past you. See you in the next one.